Get a £5 free bet every week with Offer Club from William Hill. Simply stake a total of £20 or more across the week on pre-match football accumulators with 4 or more selections, and you'll get a £5 free bet on the Friday. Join William Hill Offer Club on mobile or online now.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS Rifle TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. We're in Manchester here for the public workouts. Joshua Molina with me. So you might remember him. Hasn't fought for a few years. How long has it been?
23 years, I think. Nearly 7 years now.
7 years?
Yeah. Time flies, eh?
Absolutely. What are you making of the build this week, Jamie?
Do you know what? The card's good. I like it. I'm looking forward to seeing Quid back. I'm looking forward to CASSIUS fight against Conception. I think that's going to be a cracker. Buglione against Jose Burton. That's going to be a belter. Dillian White, Chisora. Yeah, there's a few good fights on there. And obviously the big man topping the bill. I think Molina's a good fighter, but I just think Anthony Joshua is a level above, and I think he'll look great on Saturday. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's a stacked card, and obviously I like the Manchester Bills, the undercards with all the fighters coming through. Marcus Morrison's one what I always think. I always watch him and think, we're going to be seeing him in some big fights over the next few years. So yeah, good card.
A few people moaning about Joshua's opponent choice for this year because there was so much talk of Klitschko. Hopefully that will happen next year. There was talk of Joseph Parker, Pulev. We ended up with Molina. What did you make of that?
It's always difficult, isn't it? Anthony Joshua's in the position now where he's been bumped up pretty quick into the position where the IBF title was vacant, so he had to fight for it. He couldn't really, avoid a situation like that or turn that, option down. So he's now found himself as a world champion, where he's still got a little bit of learning to do. Everybody wanted to see the Klitschko fight. Let's not beat around the bush about it. But when it couldn't happen, you have to then look for the next best option. And the guys who he was talking about there, the Parkers of the world. Parker's now going to be fighting for the WBO title, so he was out of the equation. And he took in my opinion, he looked at the two options and thought, you know what? I'd rather fight for the WBO. I've got a better chance of winning, and then I go to the table with something else and get a bigger payday. So anybody who's going to be going in the ring with Anthony Joshua is going to want a hell of a lot of money. So it's difficult to make them sort of fights. The bigger fights are easy to make in that sense, because someone like Klitschko's got far more to bring to the table and barter for a better deal. So I think we haven't done bad in that sense, and I think next year is going to be a real big year for him.
Still a question mark of who is the number one heavyweight in the world, and let alone who's the number one heavyweight in Britain. So
well, it's a difficult one to answer, because the number one, who is the legitimate number one, Tyson Fury, is out of action for the foreseeable future. So after that, who do you then rank as number one? Klitschko, who lost to Fury, but it wasn't sort of. He didn't look like he was totally shot. He still looks like he's still got a bit there to offer. So I'd have to say Klitschko. I think Deontay Wilder has probably got a few better wins than Anthony Joshua at the minute. Even though potentially I think Anthony Joshua will be probably at the top of the pecking order if Fury doesn't come back in the meantime. It's a tough ask. I feel that Tyson Fury being out of the equation for 12 months, and we'll let everyone else sort themselves out, and then I think Fury will come back and go, right, I'm back now. Who wants to be the number one? Which I think will be the right thing, because at the end of it all, let's get it right. This is a sport, and it's a job, and it's a business. Someone's health is the most paramount thing, and Tyson Fury's done the right thing in taking himself away, getting himself right mentally, and resolving whatever issues he's got, and then come back. I believe he'll come back, and he'll be a great addition then to a heavyweight division where potentially we've got David A and Tony Bellew fighting. The winner of that, you've got to realistically say if David A wins, he's then going to be right up there at heavyweight. Tony Bellew's then got, if he wins, he's got to make a decision: does he stay at cruiserweight or go heavyweight? I believe he'll stay at cruiserweight because he's more suited to cruiserweight. But there's potentially loads of fights. David Price is another one who I believe he's been dealt a tough hand. He's lost 2 fights to people who failed drug tests. So I think there should be no contest. So realistically, he's got one loss on his record. So there's lots of fights out there, but to name the number one heavyweight in the world at this moment in time is a tough one to answer.
We'll go with Fury.
I say Fury. I really do.
Someone who didn't lose their belts in the ring.
He never lost it in the ring.
For what he done.
Can I just say, we tried this 8 times, it kept cutting. Apparently it was breaking when I was rocking up. Now this thing's working.
Do you know what it was?
You got to get in the floor.
I'm not. Well, I can say something now, but it might sound racial. The colour.
I'm going.
Oh mate, you can't say things like that.
You can.
Come on, man.
Johnny's coat was. No, I tried to do an interview with him, and 5 times the camera stopped.
No.
You at the minute, we're 5 minutes, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, so I honestly think Tyson Fury, because it's not boxing related, it's medical reasons, he should still be regarded as number one, certainly for the next sort of 12 months. And if he comes back then he should then be able to step in with whoever's regarded as number one and box it off. Or if it's longer than 12 months, then at least come back and make a one. But first and foremost, I just want him to get himself right, healthy. That's the most important thing.
Absolutely. Just finally, I mean, obviously we saw the antics from Hay and Bellew the other day, but I suppose deeper down the line there could be a fight. We know with David Hay and Anthony Joshua, depending on what happens March the 4th. But the interesting plot here is Tony Bellew saying that, hang on a minute, if I beat Hay, I want Joshua. What do you make of that?
Yeah, do you know what? As I said, that would be a scenario what would unfold if he does manage to beat David Hay. But I think he should stay at cruiserweight. Listen, if someone offers him 10 million quid to fight Andy Joshua, then of course he's going to take it. He's got kids. He's got 3 kids, and he's earned his stripes. Tony Bellew. He's done. He's had a good career, and I love him. He's a great lad. So I wouldn't argue against him taking that fight. I wouldn't begrudge him doing that at all. But I think he's best suited to cruiserweight. I wouldn't like to see him step up to heavyweight. He's a big dude. Andy Joshua's a big dude.
Well, listen, March the 4th, obviously, that can't come around quick enough. It was interesting the other day. I know there's going to be a lot more build-up.
I'm gutted. It's like 3-4 months away. I want it to be in 2 months' time.
I think it'll come around quicker. I suppose it's exactly 3 months away, isn't it? Because it's the start of March. So
yeah, get Christmas out of the way. It'll fly around that.
Definitely. And you're making your ring return when?
As soon as my foot gets right.
Yeah.
Which is probably going to be never.
You'll be in there.
So there's the answer. But I've said it. If my foot ever gets to the position where I'm capable of getting through a training camp, that would be my motivation to get through. Not because I want to box again, but just to prove everyone wrong, because the doctors said I would never be able to do it. So.
The doctors told Billy Pazienza that he would never fight again after breaking his neck.
If I go and watch that fight, I'll be running through the streets like Rocker.
Jamie Moore, thanks for doing to iFull TV, and we'll catch up with you soon, mate, alright?